Hello everyone and welcome to this week's EpicDuel Mission Chain video. This week we are doing the Waves of Wrath Part 3 Mission Chain. And I have to wait because I'm talking faster than my video is. Mission number 1 is Final Preparations, and I really wish I had made that bigger because I'm blind as a bat. But because it takes so long to read all these missions, I can say stuff like that. Basically, Final Preparations is you have to go and get the Ruby Rapier that you got from last week's. Well, it wasn't last week's. And now on to Bodyguards. Bodyguards is kind of a painful one. I had to jump around and find the Pirate Soldier. And here at 4 times speed is my cleanest fight with him, just to show you the strategy I used to beat him, in case you can't figure out how to. Here's what I used. I think I opened up my build at one point, I'm not 100% sure. But basically it was shield, robot, auxiliary, move, shield, robot, auxiliary, move, and just repeat the cycle until you win. And yeah, if you wanted to double time through this, I'm just gonna not talk, because this is gonna blow by. There's the halfway mark. And here we go. For the promo, because I use it a lot in this video, I don't know if I'd fully recommend it. I'm sure you could do it with other ways. I use the promo in this fight for the robot, and I think that's my only use of it. I might use the core works really well on Carthrex, and it works moderately well on Captain. So up next is the mission Sacrifice, and we have to defeat Big Tuna. And again, I take a year to read this because I wanted to read it. Feel free to pause and read it yourself, so you don't have to listen to me talking. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Basically, to defeat Big Tuna, again, I put that fight in there so you can see what strategy I use. I do a build change because the level 35 pirate is basically Slayer, so he's all physical. You can just run shields all day and defeat him. Big Tuna, on the other hand, is not the same build, will lose, basically. I'm now using, yeah, there was my build. If you want to get really lucky, you can try and pause it and see what my build is, because I sure as sin did not. Actually, I think I can pull up my build more than once in this fight because I'm a lunatic like that. I think looking at my build helps me, even though it doesn't. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I've also backed off my flavored water addiction and turned for normal water, sometimes tea, mostly water. And yeah, so here's the end of the fight with Big Tuna, and it went pretty well in my mind, though I am gonna have a derp coming up very shortly. So after you defeat Big Tuna, I don't know what I was doing right there. Oh, I must have cut the timing wrong on that. That's probably what happened. Oh well. I don't want to go back and fix that now, it takes too long. So the next mission is Pulling Through, in which you have to buy 3 health potions, not health potions, health sludges for Big Tuna. I buy 1. And you're about to see this through the use of some very interesting jump cuts. So here I am reading it, going, oh, okay, we beat you up, what do we do now that we want to help you get better? Oh, just give you some health sludge. Health sludge is at Zeral. So I open up my map. I go to the biopreserve, which takes me a year to find. It takes me a year to find Zeral. And here's buying 1 health sludge and leaving the store. And to fix that, here's the other half of the promo code. It's probably expired. Look at that. Look at that seamless transition. You didn't even see me mess up. But I told you I messed up. That's all that counts. Now you go back to Big Tuna with your health sludges. And it's a fair... that costs you... oh, I don't even see what the... I didn't even check what the sell price is on the tuna cannon. The reason this is up here so long is because when I was recording, after I got that, I just sat there and let loose a very long yes. because I miss the Tuna Cannon physical prize code, which is Big Tuna's actual gun. It's like, ah, oh, damn, I'd really love to have that weapon. But now I got a Big Tuna energy gun, which works better for my build. I actually might switch them out at one point. Probably later today, as soon as this video is done recording. But the next one is the old one. You have to fight Carthrax. Again, I have to do a build change because my build doesn't work for Carthrax. And you fight him with the Gamma Guard. And I don't know why I left in the full run. I guess my reasoning behind it is, if you can't find Carthrax, he's the one in the hole. Like Edgar. And here we go. Okay, yeah. All of his attacks are weakened by the robot's ability. Don't know why, but every one of his attacks is weakened. So if you have the robot, it is a very good trick to hit him with that early in the game, so he uses a lot of energy and doesn't do a lot of damage. Because that attack did like 180 damage, 190 damage. Normally it does like 400. So it really does weaken him. It's a very good thing to have. This was also a 10-minute fight at normal speed. So I really hope you guys are, 1, not level 35, and 2, it doesn't take you 10 minutes to fight him. Because this was just painful at full speed to do. And I had to do it 3 times, I think. It wasn't fun. The first time I just wanted to figure out if my build worked. It was the Big Tuna build. That didn't work. Second time I retrained to have basically the build I used on the Pirate, but with 720 energy, so that I could have a higher stock of energy, and that somehow let me win the fight. Because I ran out of energy for my loop of shield, robot, auxiliary, move, shield. I also keep using backup battery on Gamma Guard, because he doesn't hit for anything. He needs to use things like Bunker Buster and Berserk to actually deal damage. He hits like a wet paper towel. Oh man, I've been burping up a storm in this recording. I'm sorry about that. And then Gamma Guard dies with about 1,000 health left. So the last, yeah, he hits like 300 damage. Nah, 250 when that attack is normal. But it hits so much. All of his attacks hit harder when he's not being affected by fish weapons. Oh, he got even lower. He's down to 500 health when he kills Gamma Guard. That makes life really easy, though. If you keep Gamma Guard alive and you keep him with energy, which I think only tactical mercenaries and tech mages can do, it makes the fight easier. And there's the old one. That was my battle strategy. It did work. And now things are going to get kind of painful, because you have to do the Mastermind. And this is a 6-minute fight. Again, I take a year to read the prompt, because I like reading the story. And it's a 6-minute fight normally. I think it was closer to 7 minutes, actually. And then it is 8 tries, I think. I think it was 8 tries I took to beat him. No, what I was saying in Carthrax, where I had to add more energy to my build, I meant that for the captain. I don't know why. There's me jumping to the wiki. Seamlessly edited out. It was a giant white flash of screen for like 4 seconds, because OBS likes to do stupid things like that. And I fight the captain, and it takes me about a year and a half to figure out how to beat him. Yeah, this is the one where I have to increase my energy to win. And this, once you get him out of energy, he cycles through a rotation of auxiliary, sidearm, strike, strike, auxiliary, sidearm, strike, strike. That is his entire rotation once he's out of energy. Or it was for me. So if you have a 3-turn physical shield, which I don't know what other classes have that other than Tech Mage, as soon as he uses his auxiliary, you want the shield up, because then the next 3 turns will just be him hitting you with physical moves, and he won't be able to do any real damage. I'm also pretty sure Carthrex's ability is useless. Well, not really useless against him, but I never found a use for it. I might do it in this fight as like a joke, but I didn't need it. Yeah. There he is. Physical. Physical. And physical. And then my shield runs out on this turn, and he uses an energy attack, so it doesn't matter. And then my shield's back up, and he's back into the rut of just only using physical attacks. And basically the way my build works is, as soon as you use shield, you use robot, and then if you're going to have to break the cycle and not use auxiliary the next turn, you have to do 2... You can't use auxiliary for the rest of the cycle until it comes back to it. Because if you break the cycle, you've just doomed yourself. So that is all of the fight with the captain. And then you go back to the Gamma Guard, which I took a year to read his prompt again, even though it didn't change. Probably because I took an hour to figure out how to beat the captain. And then you go and you visit Big Tuna, and Big Tuna wants the tail of Carthrex. And as soon as you get the tail of Carthrex, you have finished the mission chain. Well, once you give Tuna the tail of Carthrex, you finish the mission chain, and you get the Waves of Conquest achievement. Come on, me, click the button. There we go. Now turn it in. And there's the Waves of Conquest achievement. And that is all for the Waves of Wrath video. I hope you have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later.